And today is a doggy themed breakfast with Tiffanie. So here we go. We have a Guinness and Harper that are having so much fun. And Jennifer, I have to tell you, the little baby Yoda dog toy that you got me now has no arms and no ears, but they're going to be working on the feet next. They totally love it. And it's so funny. Grogu is not nearly as cute without the ears and without the arms. But so a question I got, because sometimes people can't make it here for this, so we get started, but I record the answers, and people that are part of our Referrals for Life community and our More with Tiffanie community get all access to the videos, and then we'll share some of the clips. But one of the questions was, tell me about Guinness and Harper. And so I figure I'm not going to do the super long version, but I'll give you some of the details. As many of you know, I have had Maltese for years and years and years. 2000 was when I got my first Maltese, and we kept on going. I had as many as 13 dogs. It was a couple of puppies at a time. And then we stopped breeding because I wasn't showing. And then it's like down to one, and that was Callie. And she was our only dog for several years. And then she passed away in May. And I always joke that, hey, you know, I don't want any more dogs, but knowing me, as soon as Callie passes, give it 2 weeks and I'll be ready. And it was about 2 weeks after she passed that I put out to the universe, hey, we are looking for some dogs. Maybe if the universe wants to have them come into our world, that will totally happen. And one of the dogs on the list is my husband wanted a Yorkie named Bernard, and he also wanted a Rottweiler named Guinness. And so one of the people that I've known from BNI years and years and years ago has a rescue. And she's like, hey, what about this one puppy? And I'm like, just not it. And then she's like, oh, but we do have these two that we just rescued. And her name was Brendy, which isn't quite Bernard, but was kind of close. But then I'm like, she does kind of look like a Rottweiler in her coloring. I don't know if we can see that very well here. She looks kind of like a mini Rottweiler. And I'm like, So I showed the picture to my husband. He's like, yes. We were not the only family in contention for adopting them, but we ended up getting them on July 4th. So we'll always remember that July 4th. We didn't actually do anything because it was a Monday here in the States. So we decided, hey, we're just going to party on the weekend and hang out on Monday. That's when we happened to get them. So it was perfect. And we had gone through a lot of sibling names because these two were found in the woods in Ruskin, Florida, kind of a little back area. And they're supposedly siblings. At some point in time, we'll do a DNA test and see for sure, because they certainly don't look anything alike. They weigh the exact same amount, and they both have really sharp puppy teeth, but they certainly don't look alike. But we believe them to be siblings, and we came up with some cute paired names, but had to get rid of a couple of the options because of family members. Lucy and Linus were in first place for our names, but when we got them, my husband was like, Guinness and Harper, like black and tan, the beard. And I'm like, honey, that is so perfect. That's so meant to be. And that's how Guinness and Harper came into our world. In a couple of days, we'll have had them for a month. They sleep through the night, which is a dream. They're almost potty trained, which is awesome. It's just like, they have been some really amazing puppies. We've gotten very lucky because I was hesitant. I was more looking to rescue adult dogs, but these puppies were meant to be. So here they are. I'm also training them on how to be on Zoom. So each day it's like, which Zoom calls are appropriate for them to be on. And since our theme for breakfast with Tiffanie today is dogs, I've got my doggy pajamas on. They're here. So this is their Zoom training. If they get really bad, I've got the crate that they love to be in that I'll pop them over. But that is Guinness and Harper. So Guinness and Harper, your first visit on Breakfast with Tiffanie, probably not your last. Bye, y'all. I mean, they're just going to sit here and hopefully be good. Oh, and Mike's going to bring his dog to hang out too. Mike, introduce your dog. And Jennifer, are you going to go get your dog too?
This is Jet. She is 4. She is a working spaniel. So she is designed for flushing and gathering pheasants, partridge, ducks. They like water. Her tail is cut because she goes through undergrowth. Yeah, she's great. Next year I'm breeding her. So she's super busy.
Awesome. Love it.
Thank you.
Michael.
Thank you.
Jennifer, you want to introduce your pup who's getting now?
This is Cash. He's a mountain cur. He's 7 months old and a little over 40 pounds right now. So he's a little harder to lift than when I first got him because he was only 14 then. So, yeah, already had his morning walks and everything. So he's happy.
Awesome. All right, puppies.
Bye.
Tiffany. All right, and for those of you watching on Facebook, we do highly encourage you to come join us on Zoom. We're going to turn off the Facebook part and we're going to get into the questions that the people may have. And I've got another one here on my list from somebody afterwards. But good to see you. Have fun for those of you on Facebook. We will say goodbye. We're